downtown Indianapolis. Just a short time ago, smoke from the pyrotechnics filled the dome as the Colts made their way out of the locker room. We're set for football as the Colts get set to match up with the Tennessee Titans. The holiday season is upon us. We've got the gift of the NFL as we're underway here in Week 16. And they'll run the option to start the drive. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. And this, it's certainly something to watch out for. He is not afraid to call his own number on plays like that. And here he takes it for good yardage.
And we know this defense prepared all week for this, but sometimes when you see it in person, it's a whole different ball game. And all that preparation, it goes right out the window.
Fighting through, and he's got space. And now off to the races, down the right side. Touchdown, Indianapolis. So there, Charles, a situation where it didn't matter how far he had to run. He was not going to be denied, and he winds up taking this all the way to the end zone.
And the thing that stood out to me was his ability to continue through the initial contact. How many times do we see runners get slowed up and not get what they can out of run because of that first contact? But he kept the compass pointing in the right direction, kept the legs churning, and turned this into a huge play.
And he covered a lot of ground on that one, as evidenced by the final total there on Next Gen Stats. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. These two teams met in Indy earlier in the year with the Colts coming out on top. So if they can find a way to win here in Indianapolis, they would take the season series 2-0. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Operating from the gun, Copeland. He'll get this one complete. That's A.J. Brown. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. And, Charles, with that completion, I'm told that puts him over 3,000 yards passing now on the campaign.
And, Brandon, nowadays your leader's usually closer to 5,000 yards on the year, but still, 3,000 yards, a good season.
Now a nice throw here, right side. He hauls it in. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. A big play that time through the air. 33 yards. So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. Hands it off out of the gun. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. Well, this defense for the Colts, they played extremely well last week in that win over Green Bay.
No matter what coverage was called, they were right in the hip pockets of the receivers all game long, step for step, running their routes with them. Turned out they were right there every time the ball was in the air, and they came away with 5 interceptions in that one.
Off the play fake, Copeland. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And they'll get him to the ground. He has another 1st down at the Colts' 12-yard line.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
And here he'll get it down to the 7. 5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5. This running game so important for them, and they know that. It helped lead them to a victory last week when he was over 100 yards.
Let's face it, it's their identity, and that's what they want to play to. They want to be that team that runs the ball really well each and every week, and right now we're seeing a pretty good pattern of that happening.
And into the end zone for a Tennessee touchdown. A great effort there. Touchdown number 15 of the year. And the Titans are an extra point away from tying this thing up. PAT up and good by Rosas. And that will tie our score here in this opening quarter of play. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. The Indy offense at the line and set to go. And they, on paper, Charles, no doubt they have the edge in this one. They are sitting with the AFC elite, and on the other side, they're down toward the bottom of the AFC. But you know what they say, especially at this point in the season, watch out for a trap game.
And in doing so, I would take my game plan and condense it. I would rely on my fundamentals, the fact that my players are probably just better, and not try and do too much, do just enough to win the game. And on the other side of the field, I'm doing everything. Every trick play I can think of, every different formation, you name it, I'm throwing it at them in order to try and get the upset win.
7 yards, the pickup there. Second down and 3. From the gun, Sheldon. Quick hitter here, it's complete. Well, he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. A big play there on the catch and run.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
First and 10, Taylor now. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down. And, CD, you look at this defense, what kind of pressure are they under trying to stop a team that has won 5 games in a row?
Well, to me, it makes their job harder because you know you're going up against an offense that's playing at an elite level, and sometimes you can get too caught up in trying to play the perfect game. You're trying to be too precise, too fine, instead of just letting it rip. And I think that's more the priority than trying to be absolutely perfect.
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete.
Good coverage on the outside, and I think that's where he wanted to check that down to. But once he saw the danger over there, he just threw that one over everyone's head. Smart play.
To throw on third down. Sheldon going to throw deep for the end zone. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by Caleb Farley. And the Titans force the turnover. They'll take over at their own 27. So a first interception thrown for him there, and that really not the best decision either.
Not at all, and that's something he did not do in their victory last week. No interceptions in that game, but this defense, they're able to take advantage of an early mistake. Now let's see if they're going to turn it into points.
The Titans offense set to begin the drive. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. Second and 2.
And some play callers, when they go into games, they don't mind calling a lot of screens, and they don't care what down. They were maybe one block away from really having something there to start this drive. Good job defensively to cut through the blockers and make the tackle on the screen, or that could have gone for maybe 15 or 20 yards.
And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. 2 yards the loss, and now they go from second and 2 to a tough third and 4. From the gun on third down. Copeland, he finds his man, complete. That's Ballard. And he's going to be taken down here, still a couple yards short of the first. 2 yards is all they'll get on the completion. It's fourth down. On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. Going to be a 43-yard punt, just a single yard on the return. And the Colts will go on offense here, first and 10. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part two, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, it does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Operating from the gun. Sheldon trying to lay one up deep. And this throw will be intercepted. Picked off by Caleb Farley. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown.
Well, it certainly looked to me like he tapped into the quarterback's thought process there. And what I'm hearing more and more when I go around the league, defenders sitting in on quarterback meetings trying to learn more about how they think so they can be in the right position to be in the right spot, as he was there to pick that one off and take it all the way back for a touchdown.
Rosas good with the extra point. Through one quarter, 14-7 our score. Rosas now to kick this one away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. At the line and set to go. Now they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, you had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. Looking to throw on 2nd down. Sheldon. He finds his man complete. That's Porter.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
They go play action here on 1st down. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Read it well, and it's picked. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown.
It goes without saying, but I'm going to say it anyway. That's a ball he would like to have back, and it lands right in the lap of the defender from there. He doesn't have very far to go before he gets to the end zone, and he got there in a hurry.
PAT up and good by Rosas. And it's now 21-7. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air.
The Colts take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of...
Oh, and now some space to operate. And he takes it all the way down to 32. A big play there for Andy.
When they've needed a play this year, he's certainly been the guy to deliver it. As this season has gone on, he's been awfully consistent and sometimes spectacular.
On 1st and 10, Sheldon. Flushed out right. And his pass is intercepted for the fourth time today. Picked by Kevin Byard. And the Titans are going to take possession here at their own 47-yard line. A young quarterback, Charles, rolling to his right. I know he's right-handed, but is that one that maybe a veteran sticks in his pocket?
I think so, but you have to remember with young quarterbacks, it may take a few years before they get all the stuff out of them that they did earlier in their career or even in their college days when they were used to being dominant. In this case, the NFL veteran defense ended up winning the battle.
From the gun, he'll hand this off. And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
From the gun, they'll try to run it. And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield after a gain of about 4. So, Charles, you talk about this head coach and his future with this franchise. Look, it's been a frustrating year, man, and I think we saw some of that frustration boil over in his weekly press conference earlier in the week.
Yeah, he's trying to say all the right things, isn't he? But he's heard the rumors. He knows what's going on out there. And right now, he is tired of having to answer the question, are you on the hot seat, in every meeting with reporters. This week, he kind of said, I've had enough. And I don't blame him. He looks like a guy that may very well be out the door.
On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. Fair catch called for and taken just inside the 10-yard line. They'll score that a 36-yard punt, and the Colts are going to take over, albeit deep in their own territory. The Indy offense at the line and set to go. And in enemy territory last time through the interception. We'll see what they do on this drive.
Can't wait to see how it alters what they decide to do in play calling. Do they continue to throw the ball? Do they want to lean more on the running game? It'll be an interesting sequence of plays that they've got coming up.
Does it often affect the play calling with the interception? How much does that change what you do?
I think it does depending on why the interception was thrown. Sometimes it's just a matter of the defense made a great play, so you continue to come back. But if it's on you, if the offense just doesn't have the confidence, if they're a little bit shaky, maybe try and take the pressure off and run the ball a little bit.
And he works it across the 25 before being tackled. 70 yards rushing for him here as he starts to close in now on 1,200 yards for the season.
First and 10 at the 28-yard line.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. This will be taken in by Michael Pittman. And he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds. A big connection on that one. 32 yards.
First and 10 at the 40-yard line.
So the big play moves him all the way across midfield to the 40 now for 1st and 10. Off play action. Sheldon. And now here is another interception. Picked by Kevin Byard. He's at the 30. 10. 5. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown.
Partner, what we just saw, that's a great example of a team that was really amped up. They've been playing so well, yet they didn't get overexcited and have a bust on defense and gave up a big play. Instead, they created their own big play with a pick six. This one may be over.
Yeah, it's just the first half, but that lead has swelled to the point where you're wondering if it is over already. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six, and now the kick is away.
The Colts take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And following the pick six, and they had decent field position in throwing that pick six. We'll see how they attack this drive.
And I think all you say to your guy is, listen, let's just take care of the football a little bit better. Make some better decisions on this drive, and they'll probably help him a little bit with maybe some really high percentage throws early. to let him get settled back in.
But they told us they've got confidence. That's not a problem.
Yeah, not a problem at all. They just want to make sure they get things settled down a little bit for their offense and give their defense a little bit of a chance to rest.
A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. Back to Taylor on 1st down. They find some open field here. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. A big play there out of the running game.
That's another Colts first down. 1st and 10 at the 22-yard line.
2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. Escaping the pressure right. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. He'll get 10 there all on his own, but it'll be 2nd down.
And we have to give credit to him for buying time and extending the play. But, you know, there's some really upset defenders on that one. They thought that they had him. Instead, he was coated in Teflon and got away.
And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
The Titans going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. So not quite a 1st and goal. It's 1st and 10 from the 10. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Amani Hooker. And he'll go out of bounds finally at the 7. So the interception there, and Charles, I'd imagine that's something you can maybe live with in December, but not come January.
And I love how you make the distinction there. You're talking about regular season versus the postseason, the playoffs. Because these guys, they've already clinched a playoff spot, but they know, looking ahead, when they get into the postseason, they've got to take better care of the football, because turnovers in that situation, they really become magnified.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he's going to press this one forward as they stop it right around the 1. A nice pickup of 6 there to get him closer to the end zone, and it'll be 2nd and goal. On 2nd and goal, they'll give it to him again. And he will take this one in for a Titans touchdown. A great play there. His 2nd TD of the game and 16th on the season. And the Titans continue to pull away here in this first half. Rosas good with the extra point. And the route is on here in this first half. Now after the touchdown, here's Rosas on to kick it away.
Fair catch made at the 25-yard line. The Colts take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Indy offense at the line and set to go. And with a little under a minute remaining, they may try to put something together here just to try to cut into that deficit. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. He finds his man, complete. That's Porter. The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line. From the gun, Sheldon. Now this will be swung out wide for Taylor. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. And that's good for a gain of 6, and that'll make it second down.
Of 6 brings up second and 4.
Operating from the gun, Sheldon. He'll take a shot downfield for Pittman. A leap, and he's got it. He got it. Now the Colts going to burn the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half.
First and 10 at the 16-yard line.
So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on first down. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. He'll dump this off to Taylor, complete. And here he'll get it down to the 7. Now the Colts will use their third and final timeout as the clock will stop with 33 seconds to go in the first half.
At the 7-yard line.
Here's 2nd and 1 now from the 7. Under pressure, down he goes. Sacked at the 10. The sack by Harold Landry, the former Boston College Eagle. Got an extra defensive back out there for the Titans now here for third down. Looking to throw. Sheldon. And he's got his target. It's caught for a Colts touchdown. A great effort there as the first half is winding down. And the Colts are able to cut into this lead in the final seconds of the first half. Extra point by Blankenship is up and good. And that'll cut the lead back down to 21. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. And with a 3-score lead already, this is not time for a momentum change, so I'd imagine they'd be happy to just take this into the locker room. And he will go down outside of the pocket for a sack. Tried to get away, but could not. So we reach halftime here with the visiting Titans taking the lead into intermission. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach.
Final adjustments taking place in both teams' locker rooms. We're closing in on the second half. And to bring it your way, let's go back up to Indianapolis and rejoin Brandon and Charles.
All right, Coach, thank you very much as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. The Titans hold the lead, and they'll get the football first as the third quarter gets underway. And we will not see a return to start the half, as this will be a touchback. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. Well, the first half definitely went their way, and this would seem to be a great opportunity to kind of put this game a little closer out of reach with a score here.
Yeah, and it's a wonderful opportunity for them because if they can add 7 more to their lead before the other guys even see the football, that could be the decisive blow in this game. I think that's how they're eyeing it. That's how they're approaching it.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. From the gun, Copeland. He finds his man, complete. It's Ballard. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds.
This offensive game plan has just been sensational. I mean, when you think about all the different ways they've gotten their receivers open so far, It's really been impressive. Scheme, design, execution.
Now we've got movement up front. I think this is going to be on the Titans. The full start backs him up 5, 1st and 15. Off the play fake. Copeland. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. That's a gain of 11. Would have been a first down if not for that penalty moments ago.
Brings up 2nd and 4.
Off play action. Copeland. And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here. He throws it away. And now it's 3rd.
You know, following up on this head coach and the pressure that he is under, CD, I want to switch it to you because you've been on winning teams, but I know you've been in similar situations too where things just are not going well. How do you approach that as a player?
It's a tough approach, Brandon, because you actually have to do the opposite of what you would think. You know, in your mind, you're thinking, I redouble my efforts, I go harder. In a sense, you have to back off a little bit. You have to do a little bit less. Do what you're supposed to do, but don't take on the pressures of doing more and trying to do your teammates' jobs as well. If you do that, that's really going to lead you to more issues.
So a change of possession here on the punt. And the offense will come back out deep in their own territory.
Let's go old school there. That's absolutely a great coffin corner punt. Someone's put some time in working on that, hasn't it?
Seems like every year these guys get better and better. It's amazing how they can command that football through the air.
Yeah, they used to actually practice with hula hoops where they place them and try and put them there. Now a lot of guys use barrels on the sidelines to try and put the football in one.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Did they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
Now a toss left side into the hands of his tight end. And able to get this across the 20 before going out of bounds.
Well, these two teams, they met up way back in the season opener. And it was the visiting Colts who won that first matchup. So they'll look for the season sweep here back home in Indy.
Mike 56, Mike 56. Right here, right here. Switch it, switch it, switch it. Come on, switch it. Deuce.
Throwing on first down. Sheldon. Flush to his right. On the run, he'll let it go deep. Right sideline. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone.
Well, defensively, they haven't let him just sit in the pocket and get comfortable, and that's opposite a lot of game plans in today's NFL. Ordinarily, you're trying to keep the quarterback hemmed in. In this case, they brought the heat, and if he flushes out, they're fine with that, and they force another incompletion.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. They'll look to throw again.
That is caught. Michael Pittman with it.
And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds.
Well, we talk all the time about playing situational football. Right now, I think the scoreboard is dictating what they need to do. Where they are in this game, they've got to push the ball downfield, take their shots, try and get big chunks of yardage in a short amount of time. That was a nice play there.
Eluding the pressure right. And this this turns into a nice gain with a slide at the end.
Looks to me, partner, like he's learned a little bit because earlier in the game, I think he was trying to force a lot of throws into some windows that just weren't open.
Yeah, the interceptions had plagued him, especially a second interception, really a bad throw. So maybe a better decision there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. I think he learned from earlier in the game, and he's applying it now.
On first down, it's Taylor.
133 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
Not too many offenses want to turn down long drives, but when you're down what they are, they've got to pay it off with some points.
3 yards remain for second down.
Back to throw. Sheldon. And he wisely will throw that one away.
Oh, I like that right there. Not only was it the right play, throwing it away like that, frankly, I think it was the only play.
Yeah, got outside of the pocket, realized he had nothing, just chucked it free.
Yeah, live to fight another down, right?
Seventh play of the drive now as they come up on a 3rd and 3. Looking to throw. Sheldon. Going down the middle, and it's complete.
And he is going to have a Colts first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Well, that was a fun one to watch right there. A nice in-breaking route and plenty of room in the middle of the field. And he was able to get behind the linebackers and grab the completion for a really good pickup.
On first down, Sheldon. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Taylor. And he takes this one in for a Colts touchdown.
Jonathan Taylor, like most guys from Wisconsin, he's not one to shy away from contact. He proved it right there. Blankenship out for the point after.
And the lead will be cut down to 14.
Makes the score Titans 35, Colts 21.
So after the touchdown, here's Blankenship kicking off. And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. Their lead down from 21 to 14, but still sitting in a great spot, up 2 scores here in the 3rd quarter.
Looking left side, and it's complete. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the 3rd quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Off the play fake. Copeland.
And, oh, he's unable to hold on to that defensively. A potential game changer, but it falls incomplete.
You're down 2 touchdowns. You just know defensively you absolutely have to come up with a big play. That nearly was one right there.
Looked over at the sideline immediately after the drop and just saw the dejection. They felt it. They thought he had it. Unfortunately, couldn't come up with it.
And a quick throw here. That's complete.
And he will have a Titans first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Did you see that route the way that I did? I thought he was trying to get deep.
Yeah, that
first.
wasn't the first option.
No, it came off of that guy, the deep guy, and came underneath on the drag, completed it very well.
And here's a handoff out of the gun. And he'll run straight into a wall of tacklers at the line of scrimmage. It's second down. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the third quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
And they'll run on the inside handoff.
Flashed the stick skills, but didn't get a ton from it. Stopped short of the 35. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5. Back to throw. Copeland. The Colts are going to get him. Down he goes. Dio Odangbo able to record his 5th sack of the season. On now is the Titans punter, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. Oh, and what a play on special teams here. This is going to be down inside the 5, all the way down at the 2-yard line.
And he's got to be fired up about that effort. I don't think he could have walked out and placed it any better than where he ended up putting the football. That was excellent.
The Indy offense at the line and set to go. And they will begin with, should we call it, far from ideal starting field position, their own 2-yard line.
So what's your definition of ideal?
The 1-yard line on the other side of the field.
Yes, exactly right. So, yes, your definition is apropos in this case.
Credited with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
So 2nd and 9 at the 3-yard line.
And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this 3rd quarter. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. To throw on 2nd down, Sheldon steps away to his left. Now he'll let it go on the run. Deep left side. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And he's got some space here. Touchdown, Colts. A big play there. 97 yards. And the Colts have made it a one-score game again here in the 4th. Extra point by Blankenship is up and good. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. So after the touchdown, here's Blankenship kicking off. And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. They've been asleep for a little while on this side of the football, Charles, and the score is just a one-score game now. Haven't had any points this half. What gives?
Let's go old school here. All right, let's get back to the basics. Get back to running the football, high percentage throws. Find the guys that eat pressure and make plays for you and make sure they touch it.
They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. Looking to throw. Copeland. And this throw incomplete. Now the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to 3rd down.
Well, you most certainly don't want to go 3 and out here and give the football right back because your friend, Old Momentum, he's wondering if he should change sidelines about right now. And if you don't convert here, guess what? He's going to make the trek to the opposite side, and all of a sudden, you've got a battle on your hands.
From the gun on third down, Copeland. And able to catch it on the left sideline, but they're going to rule him out of bounds. So it'll be incomplete.
Now Mike Vrabel unsure of that last call. He's going to throw out the red flag. And we'll get a moment here as they look this one over.
Yeah, remember now, the call on the field is what they'll stick with unless they have clear video evidence to the contrary. And I give these officials a lot of credit. Such a tough and demanding job. You and I both know that. Yeah, they make the right call way more often than they get it wrong.
So possession goes over here on the punt. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive.
And it feels like the momentum has shifted. They scored, then their defense forces that last punt. And now a chance to tie the game on this possession.
And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
They'll run on first down. It's Taylor. And not much room to operate as he'll get this up only to about the 41. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. Back to throw. Sheldon.
And that'll fall incomplete. He was hit just as he let that go. And now it's 3rd down.
Well, that plays a statistic that's going to go on the defensive team stat sheet. Won't necessarily reflect in ours, right, the overall game sheet. But you and I know that they keep count on pressures, hits on quarterbacks, all those things, hoping to increase that throughout the game. And here we are in the 4th quarter, and they got a big one.
Yeah, it's such a close game, a very big one. The Colts on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 9. Looking to throw. Sheldon. Toward the sideline. Did he keep the feet in? Yes, he got them both down, says the sign judge. And that's good enough for a first down. On the handoff, Taylor. And he'll take it down to the 30-yard line.
144 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there. I'm going to tackle this guy. By the 4th quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down 4th quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. And he'll be out of bounds as he gets this down about the 21 or 22.
Another carry for their leader and a good one. It's crunch time. They'll need him to continue to be productive in both the run and passing game in order for them to try and snatch a victory.
The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Indianapolis.
Kylan Granson.
His 2nd touchdown on the season.
And the Colts are an extra point away from tying this game here in the 4th.
Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And we are tied here in the 4th quarter. Set to go now with the kickoff. These two teams all even again as we continue in this wild 4th quarter.
And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. Well, they just gave up the score to tie it. That's the bad news. The good news, plenty of time in this fourth quarter to try to grab that lead back. Now here's a screen play left side. And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34.
Good call there on first down. And, Brandon, I'm getting better over the years and not screaming out, screen, screen, screen with my defensive training. They want to keep those pass rushers honest, and they did so there, and they wind up picking up positive yardage.
The second down attempt then knocked down as it leaves the quarterback's hand, and it's incomplete.
And that's a nice job there because you've got to play the ball, not the man when in coverage. That'll keep you away from a lot of needless penalties, and he's able to knock that one away.
The Titans on third down. They've had their troubles, just 1 for 6. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. Back to throw. Copeland. Toward the sideline. Did he keep the feet in? Yes, he got them both down, says the side judge. And that's good enough for a first down.
Now, how about this throw right here? Had to throw it to the left sideline, and you know the timing's got to be correct on this one. Ball's got to be right where it needs to be, and it was. That's because he had great arm strength on that one, able to drive the football. Quarterbacks love it when they can show off their arms.
Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
I think it's pretty evident. We can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they've stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
Well, as we all know, possessions are crucial in a tie game. And let's face it, I really didn't need to tell you that. You already knew it. So when he sees he's got nothing good going, an excellent decision to just send that one to the sideline.
Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long. Looking to throw. Copeland. He's going to wind up and air it out. And this is taken in at the 5. Touchdown, Titans. A great play there. His first touchdown on the year. And the Titans answer back with a touchdown of their own to break our tie and take the lead here in the 4th. PAT up and good by Rosas. And they will take a 7-point lead. Now after the touchdown, here's Rosas on to kick it away.
The Colts take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Indy offense at the line and set to go. And now, after the touchdown a moment ago, they work from behind in a 7-point game in this 4th quarter. Plenty of time on the clock. A good start to the drive. Here's that's caught out on the left side. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds.
I like the design that we're seeing right there. This is what they need. Down by a touchdown here in the 4th. They just need to keep working their way downfield. And when they see openings, take their shots.
On 1st and 10, Sheldon. He finds his man, complete. That's Porter. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. And these numbers on our monitor are getting hard to believe. He's closing in now right on the doorstep of 500 yards passing.
I'm glad that you watched the monitor and said it first because I had trouble absorbing that. That's big time right there, right? That means everything just about has gone right for them and his squad in this game. Let's see if they can keep it up.
Throwing on 1st down, Sheldon. That's complete to his running back, Taylor. And he's going to get this inside the 30.
My goodness, they've come out locked in on this drive. Play calling, execution, they are fully in sync. 3 straight passes, 3 first downs. They're moving the ball downfield almost almost at will. This defense really struggling to find answers.
Back to throw again. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. Working the sideline there. Good route, good catch. First down, and he gets out of bounds.
Yeah, you have to like the play calling because you have to run some guys down the middle of the field to draw some of the defenders away. They can't just let them guard the sideline exclusively. That's how it's going to work. Sidelines and incompletions to use the clock.
They'll run here with Taylor.
And they'll get this from the 8 to the 5. Pickup of 3.
That didn't just feel like good defense there. That felt like pride, didn't it? He's already gotten into the end zone twice, trying to get there for a third time. No one likes to have the hat trick against them.
Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. So the Colts in possession of the football as we get you reset. And they're knocking on the door. Second and goal now in a one-score game. Second down, another run with Taylor. And he takes it in for a Colts score. Jonathan Taylor, a 5-yard touchdown run. And the Colts are an extra point away from tying this game here in the final minutes. Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And Carter, we've got a tie game here in the fourth. Set to go now with the kickoff. These two teams all even again as we continue in this wild fourth quarter. And this will be a touchback, so they'll bring it out to the 25. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. We have seen a lot of points here in this quarter. For us up here in the booth, it's been fun to watch. The defensive coordinators probably scratching their heads.
Yeah, they're going a little bit crazy right now. But let's face it, all of our friends who play fantasy, they're enjoying the heck out of this show because most of them are creating and getting a bunch of points.
Yeah, points certainly not at a premium here. So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line. Back to throw. Copeland. And his throw's going to be incomplete. So he's unable to complete it there, and just not the game that you would expect from him. He's been off the mark really start to finish.
Yeah, it makes you wonder what exactly is going on. Is he a little bit dinged up here, or is he just off just by a bit? Maybe he can get it back in this situation. He'll need to.
Now left side, a completion to his tight end. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. Now Tennessee going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. It's another 10 yards on that one and another first down.
At this stage, you've got to hustle. Got to get back to the line of scrimmage because you're saving that timeout to make sure you have a chance to get your kicker out there for the big shot.
The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 45 seconds left to go in the game. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Now a handoff here to his running back. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. Now a timeout called for by the defense as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game. 2nd and 9. And he'll give it here to his running back. Just a gain of a yard there, and now it'll be 3rd down.
Now a timeout called for by the defense as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play. By the way, you'd be looking at about a 47-yarder from here as they come up on an important third down. Going to give this time to the tailback. And some room to work. And he'll be out of bounds.
68 yards rushing for him now with a couple of touchdown runs to boot.
Probably had 60,000 thinking pass right there, including us in the booth.
Yeah, no doubt about it. That was a big call, big guts on that one. And guess what? That run, it'll pay dividends.
A game-winning field goal would be a chip shot from here. Let's see how they play it on 1st and goal. They'll try to run this one in. And he is going to lose yardage here. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down.
Well, they would have loved to have scored a touchdown there, but this still sets them up for a game-winning field goal attempt.
They'll try to run this one in. And just a short gain that time as they're able to get him down. The 2nd down play not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there. Now the timeout will be called, so they're in field goal range with 3 seconds left. And right now it all rests on the right foot of Aldrich Rosas. With 3 seconds to go, this for the win. And the 10-year bet knocks it through the goalpost. And with that, they will move out in front by 3. Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for Tennessee, the wins have been hard to come by, but they get one here to move to 4-11 on the year. And they'll return home next week to take on the Jacksonville Jaguars. Meanwhile, for the Colts, it's a loss that could wind up hurting a little as they fall now to 11-4. And they'll try to get back on the beam next week as they'll head to Cleveland to take on the Browns.